Alright guys, today we're going to be doing a mid-year check-in and reset of my financial goals. Will I be able to work less and live a soft life? Let's find out. So my first goal for 2022 was to max out my retirement account. So far I've maxed out my Roth for 2022, and for reference that is $6,000 a year, and I'm on track to max out my 401k/403b, and those have a max of $20,500 for this year. So things are on track there. So my next goal was to be financially independent for this year, but it looks like the stock market has other plans because it has been in the negative since the year started. If you want to know more about my financial independence goal, as in why I want to be financial independent, the amount of money that I need to do so, and what my plan is, then definitely check out the playlist. Now, even though the stock market is down for this year, I think last time I checked it was down 18%, I'm still sticking to the plan and doing what I need to do. So that involves maxing out my retirement account, which I mentioned previously, and then contributing any extra money that I have to my brokerage account. So we'll see what happens. I'll update you guys at the end of this year to see if I manage to reach my goals. My next goal was to buy a car, and I did that, and it far exceeded my expectations. So if you want to see the car that I purchased, check out my car tour video. But my goal was to get a SUV that was hybrid for under $40,000. I did not meet the $40,000 mark, but regardless, I'm still happy with my purchase. If you'd like to see the financial breakdown of that, I also have a video about that as well. But overall, I'm happy with my decision so far because, as I mentioned previously, I was driving a 14-year-old car, which gave me somewhat of anxiety because it was always on the verge of breaking down. So I'm much happier driving a newer car, and I'm enjoying all the features, so we're good there. My next goal for 2022 was to start investing in crypto, which I did do. I started investing in crypto, specifically just Bitcoin, at the start of the year, but actually before that. So December I started investing, and then I stopped investing in March. Now, why did I stop investing in crypto? Like, for me, it just wasn't doing what it was allegedly supposed to be doing. So being a hedge against instability in the actual world, it basically stayed around the same rate, so $30,000 to $40,000, and then most recently it dropped even below that when everyone was freaking out about interest rates, etc., in the state of the economy and the war in Ukraine. So I ended up getting out before that. So I think my rate of return at that point was 2%, but that was fine with me. It was better than being in the negative. So I sold all my crypto. I have zero crypto left at this point, and as of right now, I don't feel like I'm gonna dive back into it, just because I feel like it's better to invest my money in something tangible, such as companies that produce a return. So that's that. I made the goal, but no, I'm done with it, and I'm okay with that as well. My next goal for this year was to get monetized on YouTube, and I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm on track. So for monetization, as many of you guys know, you need 1,000 subscribers, and I think I'm about 750-ish right now, and 4,000 watch hours, and I'm about halfway there. So I'm sure that I'll be able to get 1,000 subscribers and reach the watch hour limits by the end of this year. So thank you to everyone that's been subscribing and watching my videos. Of course, I appreciate it. If you haven't already, definitely subscribe because there's more to come if you like finance, lifestyle stuff. But yeah, so I'm happy about my progress so far. So I'll catch you guys at the end of the year, and we can talk about how it went down. My final financial goal slash life goal for this year was to decrease my spending. So part of that involved doing a no spend year. So for my no spend, I stuck to specific categories that I tend to overspend in slash have too much of, so there's no need to buy more. Those categories are fashion, clothing, shoes, home decor, and jewelry. So we're going to get into if I've spent any money so far this year. But for reference, I ended up spending $4,000 in those categories last year. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get rid of them for this year. Because as I mentioned before, I'm trying to be financially independent so that I can cut my hours down and just do things that I actually enjoy for a living and not be as stressed slash disgruntled. So I need every penny to go towards that goal. So that was the reason for this. Also, as I mentioned, I have too many of the things that I put on the no spend list, so I'm trying to decrease those things and then get rid of them as well. So I'm also doing some decluttering slash selling. So did I buy anything on my no buy list? Let's find out. So first up, fashion clothing. I did not buy any fashion clothing, and if you know anything about me, I all of last year was on H&M like literally every day, like getting all the new things in and restocking some things that I needed. So it's hard for me not to buy clothes because I love like the aesthetic of things and like looking a certain way. So yeah, but as it stands, like I have enough clothes to last me several years, so there was no need to buy more things like for fashion purposes, so in terms of like looking a certain way. I did purchase a light coat for my winter vacation. I went to Iceland, Finland, and Italy. It was amazing. So the coat came in clutch. Like it was really nice to have a light jacket, and it was warm at the same time, so definitely worth that. And then I purchased a sweatshirt from Iceland for memory purposes, like only. It was like one of my favorite places that I've visited so far, so I wanted something that I could remember it by, but I didn't have to, it wasn't like something lame like a magnet or something. It was something that I would be able to use in the future. So yeah, I got a sweatshirt and a light jacket, and that's it. So nothing in the fashion realm. So as far as I'm concerned, that meets the criteria, so that's what happened there. And then in terms of shoes, I haven't bought any shoes all year, so good there. And then jewelry, I did buy jewelry. So I had planned last year, I wanted to buy a ring from a jewelry. It was like, hold on one second, it was $600, and I ended up finding a dupe for it, and that dupe cost $200. So I ended up getting it. It was on sale. It was originally like $300, and then it was on clearance for $200, so I purchased that. And that is this ring here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll put a screenshot of how it looks either way. So I ended up getting the ring. I don't regret that, even though I'm on a no jewelry buy. I think in terms of not buying jewelry, like my goal is to not buy things just because they look nice, because that's why I buy most things. So they look nice even though I don't really need them. There are a few pieces that I have wanted for quite some time, and I'm still on the lookout for them. If I find them this year, I will purchase them. If I don't find them, then I won't be making any more purchases. But I'm still gonna keep jewelry on the no buy list because I want to remind myself not to buy like things just for the sake of buying things. So that's what happened there. And then the last category is home decor. So for that category, I didn't end up buying anything either. So I'm good on 3 out of 4 of the no buy categories, which I feel is pretty awesome. So I'm doing well so far this year. We'll see how the rest of the year goes. I think I'm gonna be fine, but we'll see once again. So stay tuned for the updates. Do you guys have any goals for this year? What are your plans? Let me know as always in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.